I want to just pay my respects to the people. Unfortunately, 2 are no longer with us. Brown University, 9 injured, and 2 are looking down on us right now from heaven. And likewise in Australia, as you know, that was a terrible attack, 11 dead, 29 badly wounded. And that was an anti-Semitic attack, obviously. And I just want to pay my respects to everybody. I must say in Syria also, we had an attack in Syria, and we had 3 great patriots terminated by bad people, and not the Syrian government. It was ISIS. Syrian government fought by our side. The new president fought by our side. But I just want to pay my respects to the families. We also had 3 injured, but 2 of them are already out of the hospital, and 1's going to be okay. But we lost 3, so it was a rough day. But to Australia and the Prime Minister, to everybody that we know so well, we get along with so well.
This has been an absolutely horrendous week for America. People don't understand how bad it's been. We've got 2 dead in Brown University, 9 injured, as he said. We also have 3 dead servicemen in Syria caused by the same. No one died there for the last 10 years when Assad was there. But this new head of ISIS, 4th on the FBI wanted list, is in charge of Syria because of Donald Trump, because he loves him so much. And you have 3 dead US servicemen. This is against MAGA. What people think Donald Trump is MAGA. You've got 3 people dead. No Americans ever died there for the last 10 years under Assad. But now you've got the head of ISIS there who's murdered thousands of Druze and Shiites and many other people. But Donald Trump forgives all of them for doing any of this. And now you have 3 US servicemen. Does he call it Islamic terror? No. Did you just watch what I watched? He never mentioned once Islamic terror, right? And that's what it is. Now let's put our minds back only 2 weeks ago, because 2 weeks ago, another 2 National Guardsmen were killed by a Muslim. What did Donald Trump say? It's not Muslim, it's not Islamic terror, it's Somalian. Did Somalian Christians kill anyone? Did Somalian, any other minority, kill anyone? No. Only Somalian Muslims have killed people. But he won't mention it. He cannot do it. He is incapable of mentioning Islam is the issue. Why? Because he's bribed by Qatar. Now let's go into Brown University. We have 2 people dead. Where did they die? What's happening there? Let me explain to you what happened there. The perpetrator, who Donald Trump immediately said, oh, he's been caught, he's in custody. He was not in custody. The perpetrator, 851 cameras on campus in Brown University, cannot identify him. Do me a favor. Of course they can. Cannot identify him. He walked into a class of Professor Rachel Freiberg or something like that. Some Jewish name. She's Jew. She's the head of Judaic studies. That's where it occurred. That's where it occurred. They're not going to tell you this on the news. It happened because he was targeting a Judaic studies professor. Now, what happened was there? He shouted, Allah Akbar. That's what he shouted. Witnesses have said that's what he shouted. It's clearly a Muslim. Will he say it's a Muslim who did? 2 weeks ago, the shooting of National Guardsmen. A few days ago, the 3 servicemen in Syria. And Brown University, clearly Islamic terrorism. No, he won't. So we have to understand what is going on here. What is happening with America? At the moment, you have the most corrupted, weak, and bought by Qatar president in my lifetime. I've never seen a more corrupt president in my lifetime. And this is a guy, if you look at my videos, who was pro-MAGA, who was pro-Trump, who wanted him in office. And look at what is happening now. Because of the bribe that I didn't see, no one saw, he has bribed that entire administration, right? You've got the 2 capos, 2 Jews, who subscribe to whatever he's saying. You've got Witchkoff, I call him Bitchkoff, and Kushner, 2 Jews who are bought and bribed by Qatar, and they've buried Israel and leave Israel on the side. But again, anyone who says the Zionists are in control of America, the Zionists control what's going on, it's the banks, no, it's Qatar. Look at the statement you just heard from Trump. He never mentioned terrorism, and he never mentioned Islam, and he never mentioned who is the real culprit of Brown University that killed 2 and injured 9 and is still at large. Rhode Island and the Democrats, which are in charge, have already put out, they don't want the police describing it. They don't want the police saying who he is. They don't want the police identifying him as a Muslim. They just don't want that. So what did they do? They caught some random Christian. They mentioned his name in public. It's insane. They mentioned a suspect. He's not even been indicted. They already mentioned his name and then retracted it when they realized it wasn't him. I mean, this is a debacle. You have Trump saying he's in custody. No, he's not. Then you have them catching some random guy, white Christian, and saying, oh, it's him. No, it's not him. But they will not mention that it is Islamic terror. Now, I love Trump because he likes saying, oh, Europe has got plagued with Islam and all this. Mate, you have had in the last week, 3 weeks, 2 National Guardsmen, 2 dead in a university, 3 soldiers in Syria. I don't think any president in such a short period of time has had such a disaster. No one cares, obviously, because people just move on to the next news cycle. And, you know, we've got obviously in Australia, the disaster there, by Muslims again. No one wants to call it out for what it is. It's truly shocking. I'm going to give you a bit of James Woods here. Let's see what he thinks about this. James Woods, the actor, right?
Over the past 4 years, and, you know, I don't want to get into politics. I want to talk about Rob. But, you know, there has been an invasion in this country that if you look at Europe and see how far ahead the invasion is progressing there, that is going to end this country as we know it.
And whoa, lest I forget, what did the FBI just catch? They caught a organization, they call them anti-government. I mean, anti-government, no, they're Muslim terrorists. They were Muslim terrorists. They were plotting 5 on New Year's Eve against Christians, not against Jews. 5 places on New Year's Eve, including LA and I forgot New Orleans, like New Orleans last year, where the Muslim rammed down people down the street. They were planning the same thing with bombs. The FBI caught them, and they're now in prison. But this is really, I mean, these guys are focusing on America. Where do they get the funding from this? Where do you think they get the funding? They get it from Qatar and Iran. And Iran, by the way, is best mates with Qatar. They're literally the best mates. Saudi Arabia, Dubai, UAE put them under embargo in 2021. Trump told them, remove it. You can't embargo them. Don't embargo the main sponsors of global terrorism. You're not allowed to do it. And they removed it. They removed the embargo because Saudi Arabia and UAE realized these people are destabilizing not just the region, but the world. And Trump said, no, we don't care. This is your president, guys. This is your president. This is really serious. Everyone is at risk with this guy. He refuses to call it what it is. He's worse than any European leader. I don't think there's a European leader. I don't even think in Australia, Albanese would say something like this. And again, he relies on Muslim votes. I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. Let's see what's happened in the Syria case. Let's have a look right now.
Into my talking points, on December 12th, a group of individuals, again, members of this anti-government group, traveled out to the desert to test their explosive devices. They had precursor chemicals there, and they were going to create these bombs in the desert. What they are starting to do is put their chemicals and wares and the components out on the table there.
So what do we have here? We have a case of a person who's pretending to care about Americans, care about, immigration, but he's getting rid of the wrong immigration. Europeans, as a European, as a Brit, I have no problem with Mexicans. I actually have no problem with them. Okay, we've got the drug issues, but most aren't like that. I have no problem with Britain would dream of having Mexicans. Britain only has Muslims coming in, right? And America is getting these people in and refuses to say what they are. This is really, really bad. You're way down the tunnel of the UK. You're in real big trouble here. So I would really hope that America wises up and realizes you have a bad president in place. He's not dealing with the issue. The world doesn't want to deal with the issue, which is Islam. And I've said this a million times. And again, 90% of Muslims won't kill anyone. 95% of Muslims won't kill anyone. But remember, 15% of them will sponsor them. So that's still a good 80%. We're good. But 80% won't say a word. And even if he was stepped into their house, they will never reveal him. They will never say, I am a terrorist. They will never call up the police. They will never dob on that guy, ever. And that is the problem you have with Islam. That they are the Ummah. That is what it is, the Ummah. They are one people, and they all coalesce together. Even the drinking, the Muslim that drinks and doesn't keep Ramadan and whatever, will protect the religious Islamist. And that's what you have to get through your head. And that is unlike any other religion, right? Any other religion is not like that. People are individual and they have their own, beliefs and whatever in that religion. Not in Islam. Get that through your head, because this Trump is dangerous.